Hello there. This is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. The power of listening. The power of listening. I'm going to tell you what. A man can actually really appeal to a woman by simply listening to what she has to say. Now, let me be very clear on this. This don't necessarily mean believing what she's saying. It's just simply listening. Because she could be on some bullshit. But at the same time, she could be honest. But it's learning how to be quiet. Now, a lot of people talk about mouthpieces. And I talk about conversation and everything. But a part of conversation is listening to what she's actually saying. And there's several reasons to listen. One, the most basic one is you see what's on her mind. You either see what's on her mind or what she wants you to think is on her mind. And both of them are instructive. Because if she's being honest with you, you see what's on her mind, what she's thinking about, how she see things. And then if she's not being honest with you, you still get an idea about it because at the very least you got an idea of what she wants you to think, and that actually reflects back on her character. So it's like a win-win if you just sit back and listen to what she's saying, what she's talking about. And a lot of women, they'll tell you a lot, especially if you that type who can get her comfortable. Now, the more comfortable you can get her and the more that you don't come across as judgmental as to what she's saying, the more honest she will tend to become and the more she will tell you. You can find out a lot. Now, this ain't just some game I learned on the street. Let me just be clear on this. I've worked as an investigator. I've worked as an investigator paid for by your tax dollars. You learn a lot, like how to really interrogate someone or something. You learn how to get them to tell you what you need to hear from them, right? Like, let me just say something. I remember there was like one of those detractors and stuff actually made a comment about that, saying, "Yeah, Ron, believe what these women say." I'm a pro, dude. I'm a pro. I know when somebody lying. I actually got training on how to like spot a lie. I got training, and even in situations where I don't let the person know I know they lying, I let them just talk, because if they lying about something, you get an idea, because even just listening to what they're saying, pay attention to what they're saying and what they don't talk about. Sometimes that'll tell you everything. Even if they lie, it's like, their body language is showing that they're lying. They're being dishonest. I ain't gonna get that body language thing, but there's certain tales. Get a book on it, right? But you can still find out. Now, let's just say they're being totally honest with you, right? They're being totally honest. That's actually a seduction thing. Because what happens? They get relaxed around you. If they feel like they can unload without judgment on your part. Oh, let me get into that judgment thing real quick. A lot of guys, when a woman is telling them some stuff, they don't know how to be calm within themselves. And even in their body language, they'll show that they're judging her. Women don't share a lot of truths with a man because too many men judge them. Now, this is not to say you not to internally judge them. Let me be clear on that. And you might judge them anyway. At the very least, don't show that you're judging them. Don't show right there. Be real calm. Let them speak. Just listen. Now, within yourself, you got to be calm. You got to be cool and collected no matter what they say. And see, that's a secret of why I always know whether women lie, because women had told me some stuff. I was just like, I'd be like, wow. Of course, I don't show it on my face. My facial expressions don't change. But inside, I'm like, wow. I mean, women telling me about how they cheating on men and some of the stuff they doing, the times they've been with two men or voluntarily had a train ran on them, and. But I learned to listen. Now, that's you can get an idea about the sexual nature and everything, right? But then on another level, you getting them relaxed. See, in order for a woman to have an orgasm, to really enjoy sex, she has to be relaxed. A lot of women don't have it because they come into the sexual situation. They stress about a bunch of stuff. They got a lot on their mind. They're in their heads. And a lot of times when women are in their heads, they not feeling their body. They have to be in their body in order to orgasm. They can't think about it. That's why I say if you're having sex with a woman and you ask her a question and she can have a coherent answer, you got more work to do. But if you been having sex with a woman and you ask her a question and she like, okay, you got it because she's in her body. Because understand something, to speak, that's a left brain thing. That's in your head. But the right brain doesn't speak. The right brain is more instinctual, is more feeling, right? So when you listening to what she's saying, you getting her relaxed, because once a woman unloads, that affects her emotion. I've said this in videos before. They feel more comfortable. And especially if you truly not judging her. Like I said, at the very least, don't show that you judging her. But then if you can even get a step further and just simply don't judge it. Simply don't judge it. That's always been one of my secrets, because I'll tell a woman, I'll tell any woman. And a lot of guys have trouble believing it, but they not me. Because it's nothing a woman could say to me about what she's done sexually that like shocks me. Seriously, there's nothing. I've seen a lot of shit when I was little. If you see a lot of shit before you 10 years old, there's nothing that can shock you when you're an adult. Some shit I ain't need to see as being under 10. I ain't need to see it, but I saw it. Boom, it makes your impression. So once you see it, and then somebody else said, "Well, I did this," I'm like, "Oh, please." It's like somebody going someplace. They could be someplace and they stand up in front of some people and say, "Well, I did this, this, and this," and I bet you nobody could talk about anything they've heard women do. And I'd be like, "Hold my beer." But you listen, they get relaxed. They feel comfortable. They feel at ease. They got it off their chest. That's why a lot of women will go to therapy and stuff. It's not so much that the therapist heals them. It's so much they got it off their chest. Now, if you that man, you let her get it off her chest, all of a sudden she's relaxed, right? Let me show you how this works. She's real relaxed. Then you can start arousing her on your program. You got her mind off of all that other stuff because she just talked about it. She feels better. She'll look at you and be like, "Yeah, I feel better." Then you can run your program to arouse her on your conditions. You could take it to that other level. She's relaxed, then you can arouse her, and you build up a different type of tension during arousing her. But it's a tension, it's actually a good tension. You making her feel good and stuff. You building that thing up. And then by you having the stamina, you having the skill, you can make her go pop. Pop. Pop, 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 pop. And let me go on a tangent real quick. A lot of men don't understand a woman's orgasm. They can have multiple orgasms. Not not no 7, 8 either. They can have 50, 100, 200, depending on who you are. They can go pop because an orgasm only lasts 0.8 of a second. All that screaming, okay, they faking you. Trust me, they faking. Because it's an involuntary spasm. Understand that. But you can get them to that point. See, once you relax them, then she's more focused on you. You got control in that area. You got control. So you bringing her up on your program. You arousing her. She ain't thinking about that other stuff. She got it off her mind. You talked to her. She listened. You listened, rather. All right? So the power of listening. And that's a part of, and really that's a part of your mouthpiece anyway. Because if you listen to her, then you know what to say back to her. You know what to talk with her about. Indeed, a lot of guys say they have trouble knowing how to talk to a woman. Shoot, you learn to listen. All you have to do is say, yeah, wow. You only have to talk that much, and they feel like it's the best thing in the world. Boom. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Peace and blessings, everyone.